This is how ego destroyed one of the biggest fighter in history.
Fucking bitch, you little hoe!
Dana White seems to have embraced you. He badly needs a star. You're a guy that's colorful, you're talkative, you're controversial. Have you had a lot of fun partying with him? I mean, you've been seen in his Ferrari.
Dana White with the King of Dublin, the notorious Conor McGregor.
You're in his suite. Like, how did you guys get close?
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
This, what you just saw, that was motivated McGregor, a man full of heart pursuing his dream.
You know, confidence grows through work ethic, through seeing what's happening around you, and that's it. I put the work in.
While this,
My toes came out of the socket.
this is someone else. By now, for some time, it has been clear that Conor McGregor has two sides of himself. One that is based on a humble boy that didn't want to settle down for being a plumber and wants something more for him and his family.
When that gold belt was around my waist, when my mother has a big mansion, my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week, when my kids, I have everything they ever want, then it will pay.
And then there is another one whose blood is filled with hatred, alcohol, and ego. And this alter ego I like to call Knox, the disruptor.
Hello, man.
They are in constant battle with each other. The battle that has gotten so intense that at one moment McGregor almost ended up in jail because he let Knox rule his brain and body. Knox erased all of McGregor's core values and replaced them with cheap fun and even cheaper woman with whom he cheated on his wife. He went from having a team that believed in him and helped him fix his mistakes to being surrounded by yes man and getting his ego flared up the moment someone says something that is not to his liking.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, good. I love money. I love money. Come and close at the balls.
But it was not always like that. There used to be a time when McGregor knew how to contain Knox. And we all know that man as motivated Conor McGregor. McGregor that after being sick and tired of working as a plumber, started to professionally take MMA lessons. McGregor that believed in a dream of being a UFC's double champ and having more money that he knew what to do with. Already while motivated McGregor was young, he stumbled upon his first big obstacle, and that was getting into the UFC. He had just won his second belt in Cage Warrior organization and had told himself that if he doesn't get the call from the UFC now, that he will quit. 3 days went by, no call. 1 week went by, no call. Finally, just at the moment when he wanted to give up, the phone rang, and it was no other than the president of the UFC, Dana White.
King of Las Vegas, Dana White with the King of Dublin, the notorious Conor McGregor.
He did it. He got himself a contract with the UFC. This was the pinnacle, the final sign of the god that lit the biggest fire under McGregor's heart.
Every one of you here could stand here and spit at me and throw bricks at me and do what you want to me, you know what I mean? It makes no difference to me. It's emotion free in there. You can't carry emotions in there.
So we are excited to see Conor McGregor step into the octagon.
I honestly feel like Stone Cold Steve Austin or something, you know what I mean?
Many ways to define conflict.
I thought he was emotionally attached. I thought he would overthrow his shots, you know. When guys get emotionally attached with something, they try and struggle something, or they try and force something, and that's what happened. He left himself a little bit too up, and that's it. I capitalised on it.
Dana, 60 G's, baby!
Yeah, big fight.
He knew he was destined to be UFC champion.
As you heard, 99% of the population are going to watch this fight. The country was shut down for this fight. We're on terrestrial TV.
No matter how rainy days would be, McGregor's fire was stronger than the rain. In only his second fight, he broke his ACL mid-fight.
In the second round, I caught a kick, tried to advance the pass his half guard, and he caught my leg in an awkward position, and my whole knee just popped out midway through the second round.
I'm looking to get paid here. We get looked after when we finish. This promotion wants finishes, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for. These custom-made suits aren't cheap, you know what I mean? This solid gold pocket watch, 3 people died making this watch, you know what I mean?
He did not let that injury deter him. As he kept on quickly rising through ranks, his core value just kept on getting stronger. He embodied traits like believing in his surroundings, being a good boyfriend, being a no-excuse guy. His domination and strength allowed him to completely resist temptations for alcohol, drugs, and parties. Let's just say that he was in complete control of his body, soul, and mind, a sacred trinity. And that approach, that lifestyle, has allowed him to realize all of his dreams in just a couple of years. He became became champion by defeating Jose Aldo in just 14 seconds. Fastest knockout in UFC championship history. He was in such masterful control of his mind that he literally predicted the exact shot with which he was going to knock Jose Aldo out just a couple of hours before the fight. But guys, you all must remember, the devil doesn't come to you when you are at the lowest point of your life. When you are at your lowest, God comes in to rescue you. The devil comes when you are at the highest point of your life. And that is just what has happened to Conor McGregor. And he came in the form of an alter ego, in the form of a Knox the Disruptor. His first big setback was right after he won the featherweight title. He got cocky and full of himself.
Me and Jesus are cool. I'm cool with all the gods. Gods recognize gods.
But the reality is this: you just won the biggest fight of your career. America doesn't want to hear your thoughts on Jesus, and keep that stuff at home.
Knox started to knock on his door. He was ready to come in and take the show. But thankfully, after his loss to Nate Diaz, something woke him up.
I thought Nate was going to beat him.
Can you describe the emotions after a loss like that?
You know, it stings real bad, but this is the fight business. I've been on the end of many defeats in my life, and I've rose back, so I will not shy away from it. I will not make excuses for it. I will assess it and come back.
He just was always there in my face.
Don't be worrying, stuff around you.
A few smacks, he can't come.
Come back, I promise. I know you. Everybody here knows you.
Due to his core values still being intact, he managed to get himself out of the depth of the well that he fell into. He hit a reset on his ego, and shortly after he avenged his loss,
You had to dig deep. Give us your thoughts. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back.
You're a world champion, but this meant so much to you. Is this a better feeling than that?
You know, this was a hell of a important fight for me. Everyone, from the media to the fighters, wrote me off this one.
he was back, and so soon after new fight was scheduled. A fight in which Conor got a chance to become first ever fighter to hold 2 belts at the same time.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get them 2 belts, take out 2 divisions. If anyone can do it, it's me.
I'm gonna wrap one on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me. I'll be shooting, panicking, I'm gonna be hitting him from everywhere. Sooner or later he's gonna fall. One of those elbows, one of those shots are gonna dig into that soft, sweet spot into the temple, and that's all she wrote. 2-weight world champion, UFC history, New York.
You ain't got a shot. Tell him the truth.
You
ain't got a shot.
1 round you're gonna shoot.
You ain't got a shot.
1 round
your coach knows you ain't got a shot.
1 round.
And anybody who knows anything about knows you ain't got a fucking shot.
At the beginning of Conor's career, he said it himself, that he wants to become UFC's first double champ. It was his ultimate dream.
Conor has always wanted to be a multiple division world champion.
And so he did just that. By defeating Eddie Alvarez with ease, he became first UFC double champ. But that wasn't enough. He wanted to star in the
biggest fight ever in the history of 2 people punching each other.
He faced up against Floyd Mayweather, and after a shitload of trash talking,
he is. There's no other way about it.
I ain't back down for no mother body.
He will be unconscious inside 4 rounds.
We know Mr. Tap Out like to quit. Sit quiet, you little.
They fought in a boxing ring, and in just 30 minutes, he earned over $100 million. McGregor had officially had it all. Success, money, fame, woman, prosperity. And when you have it all, we all know who comes to take it all from you. The devil itself. He strikes again, but this time much more tactical. This time, he wanted to take first his soul and then his mind. And he did it in a form of proper 12 Irish whiskey.
You launched your own whiskey brand, and you were kind enough, because we're friends, you sent me a bottle, your brand of whiskey, Proper 12.
I'm gonna toast with you as well. Hang on, I want to toast as well.
Wait, you're
I'm
training.
2 days away
What are you
from
doing?
the biggest. Listen. I'm 2 days away from the biggest fight of my life, so I'll only drink half the bottle. Here's to you, Conor, my man.
Proper 12. Proper Irish whiskey.
McGregor began to drink heavily.
Conor, this was the longest fight of your career.
Fast open, fast par. But tilt.
Boom, that. Which resulted in him slowly getting his alter ego out in the world. And eventually, that alter ego completely consumed him. It was the first time we truly saw McGregor not being able to control himself, from throwing a dolly at the bus filled with fighters.
What the fuck? What?
Holy shit. You alright, buddy?
Just tell me where, and that's it.
He's going to jail. Police are looking. Rose is shaken up. I guess the dolly almost hit her in the head.
Then insulting Khabib's wife and even disrespecting his religion.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Assalamu alaikum alada.
You cannot say salam alaikum and congrats about whiskey.
Do something about it.
Knox was bursting out of him, spitting hate and violence. Motivated McGregor, that valued retiring his family and being the UFC's double champ, got swapped with the true Devil Knox that only wanted blood, yes man, around him, and attention. And with every drop of proper 12, Knox was getting stronger and stronger. Since McGregor was no longer McGregor but Knox, all his bad habits accumulated into a terrible loss. And even worse, the brawl after the fight.
Look at him. Look at him screaming at the corner. Oh, and now Khabib jumps the fence. No.
And he's going right at Dylan Dennis. Oh. And now one of Nurmagomedov's teammates throws a right hand at Conor. All hell has broken loose.
This is crazy.
Remember, McGregor said it himself.
I mean, if you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So
your head creates your surroundings. Knox himself wished for bad blood, and so the bad blood he got. It's a perfect example of a law of attraction.
The secret, the law of attraction, the book on the law of attraction.
Yeah.
That was what changed my
One
life.
last key to living the law of attraction. Some good shit.
Motivated McGregor wanted financial freedom and belt, so he got it. Knox wanted to fulfill his ego with bad karma, and so bad karma he got. Soon after, he got even deeper into the rabbit hole, from punching an old man at the pub.
You're not going to stop him from doing checks. The dance is don't go to jail, dude. Don't get locked up.
All the way up to having alleged sexual allegations under his neck. He knew that if he doesn't change quickly, he will soon suffer ultimate consequences. So he decided to open up a new path in his life, a path of redemption. It almost seemed like he managed to tame Knox overnight.
It's an exciting bout. It's a fan-friendly bout. It's a fight that excites me, and it's a fight that I said I'd partake, and I appreciate it. I appreciate Donald, I have to say. Like, you know, he's fought a lot of times, and since the last time I saw him at that Aldo press conference many years ago. He's gone on and fought so many times. He's also a family man, and I'm happy to come back and have my comeback fight in the beginning of my season against Donald.
Just look at how their last conversation went.
You're stiff as a board. I'd snap you in half. And that's it. I see stiffness when I look in that 155-pound division. Slow, stiff. I feel like they're stuck in the mud almost.
Big difference. Everybody was in a deep state of shock. Who is this new redemptive McGregor? And is this all just an act?
Yesterday we talked a little bit off camera, and we were talking about your relationship with Donald Cerrone and how it's really friendly in the lead up to this fight, and it's something we haven't seen.
He took away all of Knox's weapons, from booze to violence.
You've never been known to be an apologetic guy, but it seemed like you were.
What did Poirier say? Poirier said, I went from apologizing to absolutely nobody to apologizing to absolutely everyone.
Right? They weren't sure if you were being sincere or not. Wow, we've never seen Conor in this.
Look, I'm as real as it gets, like the slogan of the UFC.
He was truly on a new path. After a big comeback win, he was scheduled to fight his old foe, Dustin Poirier, that he has previously beaten with ease. Redemptive McGregor once again showed everybody all of his best qualities, from dedication.
And I'm in prime condition. I've got myself down to the lightweight frame, the 155-pound, and I'm in immaculate condition, and I look forward to showcasing it.
To kindness.
He's given so much back. I'm honored to share this octagon with this man. The respect is admirable for this man from me.
And even charitableness.
Connor's, I just want to clear the air. Connor's team, McGregor Sports Entertainment, did reach out to my foundation, and they are, starting the donation to the Good Fight Foundation, and we have huge plans for that. So Conor, man to man.
Pleasure, brother. My pleasure. Thank you.
You're going to help a lot of people with that.
Yes.
It was all going good until we all got knocked out into the reality. Reality is that while McGregor took 3 years off MMA to fight in boxing and battle his alcohol addiction, Dustin kept on training and eventually catched up to him. McGregor got knocked the fuck out. That was McGregor's first KO loss. That loss hurt his ego so much that the devil quickly used his vulnerable moment to send Knox to completely consume him. The devil managed to get back into McGregor, and it was worse than ever.
I'm gonna go through his head, put holes in them and take it off its shoulders. That's the goal. Yeah. This is the end of the road.
For me, the aura's not there anymore.
You're dead in that octagon tomorrow night.
Instead of being a protector, he attacked Dustin's wife.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby. Hit me back up, I'll chat you later on. club, baby. You looking big, you little hoe.
Started to regularly use drugs.
And I just took it. You know, we had a good rapport on set.
From being a family-oriented man into a man that cheats on his wife on a regular basis.
You do fucking nothing.
Mama.
And post stories of him getting head on a yacht from hopefully his wife. Things got so bad that he even got a role in a movie in which he needed to act like a crazy, violent lunatic. He didn't even have to act. That was basically him. Since Knox needed to constantly fuel himself, McGregor started drinking heavier than ever before.
The man can drink whiskey, and I learned my lesson in Texas. I cannot keep up with Conor McGregor, and I should not try.
Partying heavier than ever, since making a movie about his alter ego was not enough. IO Interactive decided to add Knox in a video game with the alias name
The Disruptor.
You really don't know what you got yourself into. It's rule number 1. Never show your fear.
It seems like Knox completely took control over McGregor, and that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. We are on a ride to an endless parade of Knox's scandals and tyranny. But wait, maybe I see a little tiny dot of light. Yes, there it is. By carefully watching Knox's latest activities, I actually saw glimpses of a real McGregor. Some guy ran over him while he was cycling.
All good, mate, all good. I'm here. What's your name, my man? Nick Diddley. Nick, bro, Nick. Nick's had to smack me in the cat with his car of the bike.
And he actually defended him in a tweet and didn't press charges. Recently, McGregor began focusing most of his time and energy on raising his kids. He even stopped cheating on his wife and began to treat her like a true queen. He began once again the journey of self-awareness and control of his mind and soul. If you ask me, that's one of the main reasons why he bought a yacht. He wanted some time to be with himself, without outside interference. Just him and the tranquility of the sea.
I love the sea. I love the open air. I love the freedom of being at sea and the peace and tranquility.
But this is only the beginning of his true journey to redemption. He is still occasionally seen drinking, talking nonsense, and just letting his ego get out and rule. The important thing is that there is hope. A hope of a change, of a better future. A hope that the true pure-hearted McGregor will manage to win the ultimate battle with his ego.
Yeah, no, I definitely was playing a role. You know, no one knows the real Conor. That's the truth of it.
At the end of the day, McGregor's biggest fight was never with Khabib or Jose Aldo, but with his inner self. My question to you guys watching is, do you think there is a hope for McGregor? Write down in the comments. And as always, subscribe to my channel for more quality content.